Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Pam Audacious, the founder of The Lucrative Lady, and I'm about to walk you through something that has absolutely changed my life and changed my business, and that is how to design your life master plan. Now, if you're anything like me, then you have big goals. You have big, hairy, scary, audacious goals. Now, how do you design your life to match those goals so that as you move forward through the next few weeks, through the next few months, or even years, or hopefully it doesn't take years, but you can achieve those goals? Well, to do that, you need what I call a master plan. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you through those steps. Now, if you are just joining me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it tells me that you are here and that you're loving this content. And plus, I appreciate it and appreciate you as well. So go ahead and hit that button. Now, let's dive in to how to design your life's master plan. So let's get started with part one. So what is part one? Part one is that master plan. That master plan is your big vision, right? Do you remember when you were a child and you had these incredible visions? When I was a child, I was unstoppable. I was this girl that you couldn't tell me anything. I always, in my mind, I knew I was destined to be on stage. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I would be great. I knew that I would get to speak to millions of people. At some point in my mind when I was a child, I saw my name in lights, and nothing that she could tell me would make me believe otherwise. And that is the most incredible thing, because as children, children haven't been knocked, they haven't been bruised, they haven't really tasted the downsides of life and the downward spiral that as a grown-up you might have experienced. And so children are really great at building this big picture visions. Well, what I'm encouraging you to do with your master plan is to go back to being a child. So how do you do that? Well, I want you to answer this one question, and that is, if you could wave a magic wand, right? Let's imagine it's 5 years from today, and you could wave a magic wand, and when you wave that wand, you can have whatever it is, right, that you say, that you envision, right? What would that thing be? Right? It's 5 years from today. You can have whatever it is that you want. What would that thing be? That is your big vision, right? Just imagine there is no pandemic happening. There are no fears. There are no doubts. There is nothing, that's holding you back. There is, all the negative energy has disappeared. What is it that could happen for you in 5 years' time? I want you to just take a moment and think about that. Just focus on that. Close your eyes and visualize what that could look like. That is your master plan. You see, most people have no idea what they want, right? Besides that, I want more money, I want a nicer car, or whatever it is that, it's such a shallow thing that most people actually want. And that is because their mind, it's so small. Their vision is so small. They're not thinking about the next 5 years, the next few years. They're focused on what they want today. And so because of that, their energy isn't driving them towards what they want in the future, because they actually have no clear picture of what that thing looks like. So one of the first things that I do is I have a journal that I always write some of the things that I want to achieve. In fact, I am so annoying. Oftentimes my husband, by my bed, I have several journals. I have journals in the office. I have a journal wherever I go because I'm constantly building that vision. So I have my journal and I write in that journal every single day. When I think about my vision, what it is that I want, I write it down. Think about it. Everything began with a vision. Think about the Eiffel Tower. That was somebody's vision, right? Think about Big Ben. That was somebody's vision. Think about some of the most incurable diseases that we now have results and answers to and medication for. Think about COVID and how all of a sudden there is this vaccine that came out so fast compared to a lot of the other diseases that the world is facing. That was somebody's vision. Everything begins with a vision. But it's so difficult to achieve that thing if you don't have that vision to begin with. So I make a conscious decision to create my own vision. There's a quote that I have in one of my favorite books in the world, and it is, write the vision and make it plain so that he who sees it can run with it, right? So you've got to write the vision and make it plain, make it absolutely clear to yourself, and write it over and over and over again, and look at it consistently so that each time you see it, you are motivated even more. And that vision, the more you do it, the more it becomes real. So I also do this yearly. So at the start of the year, I would always say, Pam, what is it that you want to see at the end of the year, right? What are the key things that you want to see happen? I truly believe in the power of visualization, having that vision, writing it down, and in fact, doing it twice a day. So I do this yearly. I also do this monthly. I do it weekly, and I do it daily. I'm constantly writing the vision. And to be honest with you, I'm rewriting the same vision over and over and over again. And this, my friends, is how we have achieved in the middle of a pandemic so many great things that have happened personally for me and in my marriage, in my family. It is because the vision was there from the beginning, and I kept rewriting, revisiting, and just reimagining and believing that it will happen, and these things started to happen. So the second way that I really build my master plan is that I create a digital vision board on my phone. My goodness, that has really changed my life. So I have a vision board for literally every area of my life. So I have a vision board for my marriage, for my children, my business, my relationship with my parents, my siblings. I have a vision board for my health, my fitness, my joy. I have a vision board for my goals, my dreams. I have several vision boards on my phone, and I look at them every single day. What I love about creating a vision board is that it literally takes you minutes to create, and specifically a digital vision board is that you can literally do it by sitting down and doing it. You don't have to buy magazines and cut things up and stick things there if you're not that type of a crafty person, which I'm not. So I much prefer the digital version. But the most important thing about this is the fact that you are adding imagery to your vision. Ever heard the phrase that says that words are powerful, but a picture tells 1,000 words? Yes, that is why I absolutely love adding images to my vision board or to my vision, because then not only am I writing words and writing the vision and making it plain and running with it daily, but I have an image that helps me to really visualize and to see what it is that I am trying to achieve and that I will become if I continue with the trajectory of my goals. So, for example, I know that I want us as a family to have at least 4 vacations per year. Guess what? I think about those things. I've discussed with my husband already, where would we be going to? I'd love to go to Dubai again, to Miami again, and a couple of other places that we would like to visit as a family. And guess what? They are on the vision board already. I also know that as a family, we would love to increase our investment portfolios. So what I do is I figure out the postcode or the area that we would like to buy, and I find an image in that specific area and I add it to my vision board. So therefore, when it comes to investing in that property, I'm not going to be racking my brain going, where is this going to happen and when? No, I know when it's going to happen, and I in fact know the location that we are going to buy from. That is the power of creating a vision board. And so once I have created this, like, I look at my vision board several times throughout the day before I go to bed. When I wake up, the first thing I do is I look at my vision board, and just like that, I start to manifest the things on my board. Now, the third thing that I do in order to manifest that big vision, that master plan, is that I ask myself 3 key questions when it comes to my business. One of the biggest goals that you must have in your business is growing your email list. It's growing your revenue. It's increasing your audience. Those are all goals that every single person should have as part of their business. So how do you do that? Well, what happens is that most people get to the end of the year and they look back and they start looking at, what was their revenue, what was their profit, what was their loss, and all of these things. I believe in taking the bull by the horns and being in absolute control of that, so that when I get to the end of the year, I'm looking at a lot more profit, a lot more revenue than I am anything else. And the way that I do that is that I ask myself 3 key questions. And I call these questions the big 3, and they help me to focus on my revenue goals. So question number 1 is always, Pam, how are you going to show up for your audience? So for you, you want to start asking yourself the same question. How am I going to show up for my audience today? Question number 2 is, how am I going to grow my email list today? And question number 3 is, how will I increase my revenue today? I find that when I ask myself that question every single day, especially at the beginning of my day, it helps me to keep absolute focus. I'm not scrolling mindlessly on social media, on Facebook or Instagram or wherever else, and just doing anything and nothing. I am absolutely focused, and once I have answered these questions, I take those steps, and before I know it, I am reaching those monumental goals that gives me the results, the desired results that I want, which is to earn my ideal income. And to help you to really achieve this in planning and designing your life, I have created a worksheet, which is our Life by Design worksheet that really breaks down everything that I'm sharing with you. And if you look in the description of this video, you will be able to find that sheet and download it and begin to use it to map out your life. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join me in my upcoming masterclass, where I'm going to be walking you through how to create recurring revenue streams in your business without launching, without overwhelm, and without burnout. The link to that masterclass will be below this video in the description. So I'll see you there. And of course, don't forget to check out my next video. I'll see you there.